Maybe
humanity
not.
learned the Earth's magnetosphere
The heck
would
do I
collapse sometime in the next half-century, eliminating all life on the planet.
Wait, what?
Decisive action was required, but the secure transport of an entire civilization would demand a new kind of cooperation, a new kind of courage, and a new kind of union. Thus, in 2159, the United Colonies were formed to make that journey possible. Just 1 year later, the Galileo, the first of many colony ships, touched down here on Jemison, beginning a new era of human history.
What if?
The age of the United Colonies.
I'm sure these thoughts have crossed other people's minds,
It
but
must have taken to evacuate literally the entire.
what if they
Can you imagine? The logistics alone must have
okay,
been.
stop talking, please. What if Fallout and Starfield are like in the same universe and just on the same timeline, but different story? I don't know. And maybe the Elder Scrolls is on a different planet in a different universe. I don't know. Probably not.
From their foundation, the United Colonies strove to provide all their citizens
Just learning
with
some lore of
opportunity,
the story right
security,
now.
and peace.
I don't know any of this stuff.
But there were those among the UC that still wanted something more. Independence. So in 2161, the UC issued the Centaurus Proclamation, granting UC citizens the right to settle distant worlds and form their own sovereign powers.
It
wasn't long before the first new faction, the Free Star
Joining the Vanguard
was
here.
formally organized in 2188,
by the way.
later followed by House Varun, revealing themselves to the universe in 2230.
Varun?
The result of the Centaurus proclamation has always left.
The Free Star Collective was initially founded in 2188, when the citizens of Aquila banded together with the pleasure city of Neon in mutual defense.
Okay.
But in 2194, after the deployment of a UC medical star station in orbit around their world, the citizens of Narion also requested to join the collective. The resulting rise in tensions between the Free Star Collective and UC
This is good lore.
culminated in the settled system's first intergalactic conflict, the Narion War.
Okay.
Despite a decisive victory by the UC, the colony
Still
permitted
going?
the citizens of Narion to join the collective, forming the basis for the fiercely independent union that persists to this day. It was only
Very
in
cool.
2230 that the faction known as House Varun first made contact with the rest of the settled systems. Founded by the passengers of a colony ship that had left New Atlantis and disappeared 4 decades earlier, House Varun was a faction unlike any other.
Like House
A
Atreides?
democracy dedicated wholly to the beliefs of its isolationist founder, Janan Varun. House Varun initially made overtures of peace towards the rest of the settled systems.
Varun.
They claimed their only intention was to spread the word of their god,
The Great
the
Serpent.
Great Serpent.
Okay.
But none could have guessed that this worship might take the form of a bloody war.
Yeah,
The
maybe.
Serpent's Crusade.
The Great Serpent? I wouldn't worship a Great Serpent. Probably.
Beginning in 2240,
Serpent's
House Varun
Crusade.
forces declared all-out war on the rest of human civilization, initiating the Serpent's Crusade.
Okay.
Over the next 23 years,
This is really cool.
thousands of
by the
Free
way.
Star, UC, and independent souls were killed by agents of House
Staring close
Varun
enough to the screen
in
there.
the name of their serpent god. It was only with the death of their founder in 2263 and the succession of his heir Jarek that House Varun finally sued for peace. Their remains, however, select members of House Varun who refuse to recognize the
there's like a
cessation
lot.
of hostilities their leaders established. Even
Seems
after
like there's some
House
drama.
Varun's mysterious disappearance, these zealots remain a threat to all who encounter them. Their pacification, a goal of all space.
Okay, yeah.
Of the many conflicts between the galaxy's factions, none was more brutal than the recent colony war between the UC and the Freestar Collective. Set off by the unauthorized Freestar colonization of Vesta's Pride in 2308, a direct violation of the Nerion Treaty, the colony war spread quickly across the galaxy. Both sides deployed every tool at their disposal. Armadas of warships, mechanized combat platforms, or mechs, even bioengineered alien creatures, the infamous UC xeno-weapons.
Don't like that.
It was only in 2311 at the Battle of Cheyenne that the scales finally tipped. The Freestar Collective, utilizing their civilian fleet as a human shield, successfully crippled the superior United Colonies Navy. After their shocking victory against the galaxy's greatest navy, the Freestar Collective offered terms of peace, which the colonies, out of an interest in staving off any further human costs, accepted. The galaxy has been rebuilding ever since.
Okay. Dude, just the lore
Colony
to...
War was a horrible
Enter this
conflict
game?
that irreparably wounded the settled systems. There were times I felt that it would never end.
Go.
Few settled worlds were left untouched by the colony war. But nowhere could the viciousness of modern warfare be seen more clearly than on the Freestar planet of Nera. Initially occupied by invading United Colonies forces as a forward operating position, repeated attempts to take and retake the planet by collective forces led only to devastation. Swaths of the world were transformed into scorched husks, a nightmarish testament to the depths of human ingenuity and human cruelty. And today, Nera remains a continuing reminder to the horrors of unfettered war.
Yo, sorry, Rob Dob. I missed your message there.
I bring her here almost every day to stare at this thing.
Dad wanted me to apply for the administration track at school, but I'm going to be a xenobiologist.
In the midst of the colony war, a different kind of tragedy struck the UC city of Londinian. A newly constructed but critical supply center for the United Colonies' war effort, Londinian found itself overrun by one of the galaxy's most mysterious predators, the Terramorph. A rare but pervasive threat to all human-settled worlds, Terramorphs swept over the city, seemingly out of nowhere, on a scale never before seen in recorded history. Valiant efforts by the UC military slowed the onslaught, but the creatures proved unstoppable. Ultimately, the decision was made to destroy the Londinian spaceport, sealing off the city, the outbreak,
All
and its
4 of my
citizenry
last
from the
science papers
galaxy
have
at
been
large. The tragedy
Bro.
of Londinian is mourned by the UC to this day.
They just keep going.
After the devastation wrought by the colony war, the UC and the Freestar Collective came together to ratify a treaty that became known as the Armistice.
Armistice.
Both sides agreed to a vast reduction in standing forces, and that xeno-weapons and mech warfare would be outlawed.
The lore, dude.
All related research was sealed away.
It's really cool for a
Only
new
in
player.
cases of dire emergency. But the collective had another demand. That the active commanders of the UC military stand trial for their actions. The United Colonies, in the interest of peace and galactic security, agreed. In 2311, 3 United Colonies senior officers were found guilty. Commander Henry Durant, General Indira Rastogi, and Fleet Admiral Francois Sanon, known better as Ve Victus.
Really good lore. Let's say it
All
again.
were
I'm sorry I'm
sentenced to
repeating
death
myself,
for their
but
actions, bringing the colony war to a close and returning peace
The
to
writers?
the galaxy at long last.
people that wrote this game and spent
I'm a
time
strong supporter of the armistice.
to
All
put
of the terrible
more into this
weapons
game
both
that makes
sides used
sense
against
to
one
give
another.
the character, give the player more role playing. I think that's great. Building the world. Anytime, if any writer, again, I'm not a writer, but I read a lot of books. Any writer knows, and any person that reads books knows that the more details and the more background information that are in the world, it adds more to the world. It
It
makes
was
more
into this
sense.
new world that the Vanguard was born. An official branch of the UC Navy, the Vanguard is the United Colonies Volunteer Fleet, serving a myriad of security, logistical, and reconnaissance roles. And
Now, I
after
get
a
this is
sufficient
also to
length of
buy you
service,
into being a
UC
part of the Vanguard,
citizenship is
but
guaranteed to every Vanguard member.
I think that's cool.
Open to all captains, regardless of origin, the Vanguard is leading the charge to protect and support the citizens of the United Colonies, wherever in the galaxy they may be.
Alright.